Hi everyone, my name is Tamara St. John, and I'm going to tell you how I found my cancer and how I ended up healing that naturally. So back in April, it was April of 2009, and I found a lump on my breast. And right in the middle of that, I was about to finish my master's degree, so I was really busy and busy working. So I just kind of put it on the back burner and I didn't have time. But I knew deep down what it was because I saw my mother go through cancer when I was like 12 years old. So from April until the beginning of May, it had spread to my lymph nodes. So then I had 5 or 6 swollen lymph nodes underneath each armpit. And at that time, everything started throbbing and was painful across my whole entire breast area to underneath my armpits, and everything was throbbing, and it was really itchy at the site of on my left breast where the lump was. And then I lost my job in the beginning of May of 2009, and then right after that happened, I still hadn't finished my master's degree, so I still had a few more weeks to go. So I put everything on the back burner and then just waited. So in that time, by the end of May, I graduated and I just sat down in front of the computer and I just prayed to God because I knew what was happening. I knew what was going on. I also knew I just lost my job. I had no insurance. I didn't have any money and I was facing cancer. So I prayed to God and He immediately led me to the Budwig protocol. And so I started doing that immediately, and within weeks, the lumps started to go down. So I knew something was working within me. And then as I did more research, I started researching and started in the apricot kernels and the juicing, and then pineapple for enzyme therapy. I started doing detoxification of my body, a lot of exercising. At the point, in the beginning of June 2009, I was sleeping like close to about 15 hours per day. And even when I was awake, I felt like I was like in a brain fog, like I hadn't slept at all. So about 3 months after I had found the cancer and started Budwig is when a rash appeared around my neck in the form of a ring. And so I had done research. I had spoken to biochemists, I had spoken to doctors, I had spoken to nurses, I spoke to people who had had cancer, and they had all confirmed that that was the epidermal growth factor receptor, which is indicative of HER1 type cancers. You will not have that type of rash unless you first have cancer in your body, and the rash doesn't go away until the cancer is out of your body. So it took 7 months from the time my rash appeared, sometime around September of 2009 to October 2009, until April of that following year of 2010, that rash did not go away. When it finally went away was when I kind of relaxed on my cancer therapies and I was feeling better. So I thought, it'd be great to start eating kind of junk food again, and made a big mistake. So cancer came back in 6 months' time because I wasn't cautious with my diet. And you really have to be. You have to be diligent about what you're eating. You have to be. It's just 24/7. The whole entire, when you're healing cancer naturally, you have to be on it all the time. And it takes a lot of work. It's not easy. So throughout this entire trial, it's been over 5 years now, and it's been difficult. But I wrote a book on how to help people heal naturally and to show people what I did and what you can also do at home. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, because I was on welfare. I was on unemployment and then welfare for quite a long time. No one would give me a job, which actually ended up being a blessing because it took every ounce of strength I had just to heal. And I don't know how I would have been able to work through all that. So if you want to check out my website, it is tamarastjohn.com. That's and then my book is called Defeat Cancer Now, and it's written very simply to help people heal from cancer. So thank you so much for listening. God bless.